Welcome to the Talk podcast with ideas strategist Linda Reed-Enever. Talk is where we chat about ideas and inspiration you can use to market your business. Get ready for practical tips you can implement today with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome back to the Talk podcast. Today we're diving into a topic that is exciting and essential when we're growing our business, and that is scaling your market. Whether you're a small business owner ready to take things to the next level or a marketer aiming to amplify your efforts, this episode is going to look at insights and actionable tactics you can use to help scale your marketing successfully. So let's start by understanding what scaling your marketing really means. Scaling isn't just about doing more, it's about growing strategically. It's about increasing your impact and reach while ensuring those additional efforts bring in returns. And trust me, when it's done right, scaling can truly transform your business. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if it's the right time to scale? And that's a really great question. There are some clear signs that indicate that you're ready to scale your marketing. Perhaps you've been experiencing consistent revenue growth, or maybe your brand presence is strong and there's a demand from your audience that you just can't keep up with using the current strategies. And these are all positive indicators that you're ready to take the plunge to scale. But before we dive in, it's essential to assess the current resources that we have, because we can start scaling, but we might break our team in the process, and no one wants to do that. So the first thing we've got to ask is, do we have the capacity to handle these increased efforts? Can we filter in the inquiries if we scale up our marketing a little bit? Do we have extra teams? Do we have the budget to support larger campaigns? Because with the marketing scale normally becomes another level of production or a level of marketing or possibly ad spend that's going to come in along that way. So do we have the budget to support it? Because without capacity and without budget, upscaling our campaigns is most probably not the right move. And what about technology? Do we have the right tools in place to automate and manage that scaling process? In the world that we are in here now with AI, scaling is something we can do. And scaling does not mean we have to work harder. Sometimes we might work harder to get things underway, but it also means we're going to be working smarter. So we want to ensure that our foundation is strong before we begin, because that's the key to avoiding burnout and inefficiency. Knowing what we've got, making sure we've got a strong foundation to build from, and then building our house or our skyscraper on top of that. Once you've established that you're ready to scale, the next step is defining those clear goals. I always recommend the SMART goals system because it works and everyone knows it. It's SMART. It means that those goals are specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time-bound so that we actually have a chance of achieving those goals. So instead of saying, I want to grow my email list, you say, I want to grow my email list by 20% in the next 6 months using targeted emails and automated sequence responses. That gives you a clear goal and a clear roadmap to success, which will help you scale your effort. Now, if you grow that email list by 20% over the next 6 months using those lead magnets and you can set them up to be evergreen, you can keep building again and again on that by creating really good lead magnets that work throughout that process. So those clear goals, the roadmap, and they help keep you focused. Now let's talk about one of my favorite topics, especially in the world that we're in today, and that is looking at the technology. Leveraging the right tools can make all the difference when it comes to scaling your marketing, and automation is definitely your best friend in here. When you're creating email sequences and those sorts of things, you really want it to trigger on an automatic process. You want to have a really good CRM in place so that you can make sure that your customer onboarding and the process they go through is automated as well. And social media schedulers allow you to maintain a presence and have a personal life, and allows you to be able to be in touch with your audiences and increasing that volume while scaling. Now, two of the schedulers that I love to use are Reed-Enever. I love it for my evergreen content, and I love Metrical for statistics. For automation, for email campaigns, I love MailerLite. It really does do its job so well and so easy, and we can make many things connect with MailerLite thanks to Zapier. And then our CRMs that we use in here is Acuity, our booking system, and then we bring everything into ClickUp, which is our project manager, to make sure that we can automate those marketing efforts. And those marketing efforts can quite often be the internal processes that we're automating as well. What happens when someone's drafted a blog post? Does the next person need to create some images? What happens when a video is done? Who's editing it? And those sorts of things. And especially if you start looking at stage by stage now, when you want to bring someone else in to help you with your marketing, this stuff is really clear. There is no fogginess about how they're going to manage that marketing journey with you. Because if you write your how-tos and procedures now, you're not trying to pull them out of your head later. And let's not forget about data and analytics, because data and analytics drive the creativity. What works, we do more of, we get more creative, we enjoy it. Yay! Everyone's really excited. So we want to make sure that we are tracking those metrics, those KPIs, the times when people are online to be able to deliver our content so we can make informed decisions and allocate our resources for maximum impact. If something isn't working, we can then pivot quickly. If something is, we can double down and make sure that we do more of that in our efforts in our marketing campaign. Things like your Google Search Console, seeing where the search results are coming in for every month, every week. Things like looking at the Google Analytics app and seeing if you've had any spikes in traffic this week or is there anything unusual. And then making sure that we are looking at those reports that come in from YouTube and Facebook. Everyone gives you a report pretty much at the end of every month now. Or looking at the report in Metricool because they provide pretty cool reports as well along the way. Okay, getting more from your content is another crucial element when it comes to scaling and marketing your content strategy. This means we don't have to create things from scratch and we can repurpose that existing content. So for instance, once you've written a blog post, why not turn it into a video or a series of social media posts? Or take a podcast episode and create a blog out of it with the key takeaways. And in the way that I teach you to market, I'll teach you to record your video, make sure you're putting your blog and information in there. Same with your podcast, putting everything on our website so that we drag the SEO traffic right out of there. But we can also use those blogs and those videos with clipping tools to be able to clip them down and make sure that we are reaching the audiences where they prefer to consume their content. Content diversity is really important. As we scale, we might look at bringing in a different content type, and that could just be the thing that you're going to scale. So blogs, videos, podcasts, infographics, the list goes on. Each format reaches its unique segment of your audience, the people who like to receive their content that way. So if you're blogging right now, you might consider introducing videos and blogs. Or if you're doing blogs and videos, you might consider doing podcasts as well and turning that audio in. And if we look at getting more from the content, we can quite often turn videos into podcasts, blogs into videos, videos into blog posts, and lots of things. And we can spin stuff off now with the world of AI to get more from our content. So to wrap things up, scaling your marketing is about being strategic, using your resources wisely and leveraging that technology. And if you want to see the technology we use, jump in and have a look at the Marketer's Toolkit. It's a free link on our website. You can jump in and have a look at it. It's an exciting journey when done that can lead to significant growth for your business. And it's things that we work on in our content planning retreats and with the marketing planner and in the marketing circle for all of our members to make sure that they are learning something new, they're scaling something new, and they're continuing to grow their marketing efforts by adding just a little bit to the pot each and every time. I would like to thank you again for joining me for the Talk podcast. I hope these tactics are useful and helpful. When you're ready to start scaling, you can start scaling your marketing with confidence. If you have any questions or you want to share your experiences, please ask away or follow me on social media. And if you really want to up your marketing game, come and join us in the marketing circle. We would love to have new faces joining us there, making sure they're marketing and they're scaling their business. And if you've enjoyed the episode, please subscribe and share because that really helps me make sure that we reach a wider audience and this marketing works and I'm able to create more podcast episodes and tips for you.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talk with Linda Reed-Enever. Make sure you subscribe via your favourite podcast app so you don't miss the next great episode. You can find more ideas and inspiration at enevergroup.com.au.